Okay, AMA New York City. I have no clue which episode it is. It doesn't matter. It's the New York Tapes AMA episode.
And that's the only reason why I'm here again, because we are doing the New York Tapes, our 12th podcast in New York.
First one. Thanks for your insight. Welcome. Could you please say or show in an upcoming AMA episode how you use Google Keep, especially how you pick from their list, like from the things that I put in my top 5 list, because I'm not quite happy with Todoist and how I use it. I would less put it on a Google specific thing, more on using a to-do list tool. So Google Keep is a tool that I like because I use Google Tools a lot and it integrates in my workflow. You can use it as an app on the phone, in a browser. I can make notes in a plane and it's very fast, and that's what I like best. So I just quickly make a note. That's why I use Google Keep.
Maybe I give you some insights as well. I try it right now because I love it's playful, it looks good, it's colorful. It works offline, it works online, and it's all together with my data in the Google Cloud. So I think it's a good tool, but it's not that structured than some of the other tools like Wunderlist, which I'm using as well, which is now part of Microsoft.
You like that better?
I like the structure, I like the collaboration aspect. So I have on Wunderlist, I have, let's say, a channel together with your PA or a colleague, where you put your stuff in, she puts it in, so she gives me jobs into this part of my list. Then you can very good set priorities and timings and all this what you need.
What I do is I have a tagged list of that I use as a checklist. So I tag that to the top. So that's my inbox basically, because you were asking what do you do with your top 5. And then from the inbox, I choose tasks that I write on my top 5. So I don't make a science out of like dragging that or anything, because choosing the top 5 is more important to me. And you ask how I do that, how I prioritize. It's kind of like knowing the context of the day, what I'd be able to do. For me, more important is that I make the decision. So practicing, making a decision, what's my priority for the day. That's more important for me than making it super clear how to prioritize. So practicing that.
So what's next?
Okay, so that's a good one. The question is, what smartphone could you recommend to fit these criteria? Number 1, has a good camera for vlogging and selfie. Number 2, works great with Office 365 apps and collaborative work. 3, good for presenting while replacing a laptop. That's a really tough one, but we were doing a lot of photography and I have the number 1 street photographer on the iPhone. Honestly, we have to show some of Michael's pictures. Let's go through all three because it's difficult to choose. So number 1, what is a good camera for vlogging and selfie? There are 2 cameras, main camera, selfie camera. And as we learned from Casey Neistat last year, you always do selfies with the main camera because that is usually 2 times at least, or sometimes 4 times better than the selfie camera. So a real selfie is other way around. That's the number 1 thing. If you then want to vlog, you need to look at the video function. And the new phones like the iPhone X, they have 2 lenses. The Samsung S9 Plus, they have 2 lenses and a really good aperture. 3 lenses?
2 on the one side and 1 on the other.
True, you're absolutely right. Okay, so but the trick with these phones is how good is this hardware to the software or software to the hardware. And Michael is convinced from the iPhone quality, and I have to say you're right, you make amazing pictures with a portrait mode. You have depth of field, so it looks...
It's the combination out of hardware and software. So the software which is pre-installed is very good. You can really use on the portrait level, you have different atmospheres. Yeah, I think it's good quality. If you use it for video, it's 4K. It's you have good slow-mo. You have I like it a lot. It's very easy to
I would even say it's better than what I know from the Samsung. Another one is the Google Pixel 2. They have one of the best ratios of software to hardware. So Google is really good in leveraging this through software. So a lot from Google comes from rendering the picture afterwards. So I would say either of the three. So Samsung S9 Plus, iPhone 10, and then the Google Pixel 2. Whereas you would definitely go for the iPhone.
I would add number 4. I would, if you're really a photographer, you should look at the Huawei.
Huawei, yeah, with the Leica.
The Leica thing. So there are some people who love this. You said there are tests which are not so good, but I think it's worth.
The thing is, what I see, like, for example, if you vlog, you gotta get close to the object you want to film, and then you have depth of field, and that's where all the cameras are really good. Like, if you have a wide range of what you see, it's not nice. So a lot comes down to, are you capable of knowing what is a good framing in the picture? Are you capable of telling a good story? And then obviously the mics are not good. So with any of these phones, you need an additional mic if you want to vlog on the phone.
We do the ultimate test, so we portray each other.
But with the video, he asked for vlogging.
For vlogging, okay.
So I take a video of you now. This is a vlog. Okay.
It's nice because
you do the portrait mode?
Yeah, I do. No, I do the
Instagram
video
story.
I do the upfront mode because kids use it this way. You're still old school guy, you're too old, you still believe that they turn their smartphone to watch your content. I don't believe they will do. Okay?
So that's question number 1. Question number 2 is, what's better? We need to look at it now, actually. Okay, let's look at it now. iPhone is nice.
But yours is nice as well. It looks like it's good.
It's different.
It's different, but
the quality is so high. You should invest definitely in one of these top phones, for sure. But when it comes to the question, like, what collaborative tools? There's definitely one thing about Android. It's a lot easier to share out of the apps. You have more options to upload, download, send PDFs and stuff like that. It's really painful sometimes on the iPhone to do that stuff because Apple gives one way, but not like 3 different ways. And I, for example, make a quick screenshot, or if I press share on that video, I have all the options to share in whatever channel or also directly. And that's what I like about the Android integration. And it doesn't matter if you use Office 365 apps or anything like that, that works quite well.
I love Apple. It's fine.
Then the last quick question for presenting. I use a USB-C cable. I don't have it with me today, and it has an HDMI adapter. And that's very, very solid because USB-C is, you have it in laptops and stuff like that. So that works very well for me, especially for presentation. I have the Samsung DeX, like that's a computer on top of this thing. That's why I love the Samsung, because I just attach my phone to a screen and have a whole computer. That's definitely different in the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah. You have Keynote apps for Apple. It works, but it's not that easy.
So that's why I stick to Samsung for my personal choice. I can understand people using the Google Pixel 2 for sure. And I definitely understand Michael for using the iPhone 10. So it really comes down to how do you want to use it? And then like use these 3 areas and make a choice by yourself on percentage, like how much you use it for what. Thanks for watching the AMA, and I hope that was helpful, and I see you guys next week.